But with that, chat, we have an absolute classic up next. Please join me in welcoming Jawsomesauce with Earthbound Boogey %. Let's go.
The whole game without glitches in about 4 to 5 hours. We're gonna play. This is the first like fifth of the game. We're gonna skip a lot of the story. You're not gonna see too much going on, which is good if you haven't played this game. You're not gonna really be spoiled too much. Just the beginning of the game. We're not gonna have time. We're gonna mash through all the text and everything, so you're not gonna miss too much. But you're gonna get a good idea about how this game works and all the different mechanics, which is it's a really great speedrun for that. So here's what's happened: is some meteor has hit the ground and we have awoken in our beds in the middle of the night. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go investigate. So Boogie %, we go through the first, couple towns, just the beginning of the game. And there's a monster called the Boogie Tent. It's like a zombified tent. And that's why it's called Boogie %. It's full of RNG. So bless the RNG in the chat, please, because we're gonna need some good luck today. Sometimes this game can be mean, sometimes it can be super friendly and nice, but we're gonna crush a few bosses in the beginning of the game that sometimes they just outright kill you and you just have to continue on and keep going. So we're gonna hope for good RNG, good times. But this is the story of Ness, kid in his pajamas. Thanks for blessing the run, I see it already. Good job, everybody. Keep up that RNG. You can use turbo in this. That doesn't really help you except for it fixes the mashing. So I do use a turbo controller. What's fun about Earthbound is you can put a controller in the second port on your Super Nintendo and it will play just like the first controller. So you can put in your turbo controller in there and mash through all the text. Very nice. In a few minutes, we're going to get some enemies on the screen, and the core of the speed run. So with a lot of JRPGs, it's kind of a menu fest. We do have a lot of menu action in this game too, like equipment and using your powers at the right time, healing and all that sort of stuff. But one thing that's really cool about Earthbound is that the movement matters. Okay, unlike Final Fantasy, Dragon's Quest, all those kind of classic JRPGs, you don't have random encounters in this game. You get to see, kind of like Chrono Trigger, but even more, you get to see all the enemies on the screen. So you can avoid almost all of them. And so the goal with the speedrun is to avoid almost all fights except for the bosses. So we're going to do a lot of movement. Sometimes the movement goes well and we get to avoid fights. Sometimes it doesn't. We got to fight anyway. But we're overall under-leveled for the whole game. So you'll see some different movements here in a second. I'll explain what's going on as soon as I mash through these correctly. So you'll see things like snakes, dogs, crows, lots of random animals that have become mind controlled by this alien or some kind of enemy that you'll find out if you play the whole game. And they all have different movement patterns. So you'll see me, you can despawn enemies by leaving the screen and coming back. I'll talk more about that. You can do a stuttering where you kind of trick the game into thinking you're moving, that you're not moving when you are. Our dad calls us on the phone. So this is a JRPG, just like any other, Final Fantasy, those kind of games, with just some really cool mechanics. It takes place in kind of a United States, North American style world. You're a kid with a baseball bat. There's a frying pan, you got psychic powers, all sorts of cool stuff happening. You fight hippies. All right, so we got a crow. Crows are annoying. We're gonna try to move around this crow. We might have to fight this crow. Oh, there's dog. So the way this game works is there's just a ton of spawn plates. And this is a fun one. Let me avoid the fights first, and then I can explain what's happening. But you'll see me despawn. If I move away, then that plate kind of resets. Okay, here we go. Crow, stay there. Thank you. All right, so the crow does like the sweeping motion back and forth. That's one enemy movement type. You got to get it kind of caught against things. The dog is an example of just the straight at you movement type where no matter what you're doing, it's going to come at you. The snakes, here's a good chance to talk about stuttering. I can do this little stutter thing where I just kind of tap my controller. A little more sophisticated than that, but I can tap it and I can kind of walk away from it where it's only going to move when I move. And so I'm sitting here kind of tapping my D-pad to a little bit of a rhythm. And we're able to just kind of sneak around that snake. We'll see that a lot in this game. You'll also have things like aliens and robots and stuff that come at you. All sorts of different movement patterns. And so to get good at the speed run, you just sort of get used to the different kind of movement patterns. And you adjust accordingly. But the despawn thing, the whole idea is that there are these plates, invisible plates coded into the game. And once you kind of move into the screen and the plate is there, it'll decide if it's going to spawn an enemy. And each plate in the game is coded to have different percentage chance of enemies. And then if it rolls, say, the dice and it says, yep, there's going to be an enemy, then it might, it's going to have a spawn percentage of how many enemies and what kind. So sometimes it's faster just to despawn and roll the dice again, if that makes sense. So the first kind of big actual climb here is climbing the hill, trying to avoid fights. It's faster this way. The fewer fights you can get into, the faster you're going to go. And everything we do in the boogie percent carries on to the whole game too. Like there's a couple things we're going to do a little differently. We're going to skip a couple items and maybe not buy as much stuff. But if you were to play the full game, this beginning is 99% the same. So it's a really good starter speed run if you're going to learn Earthbound, if you want to learn an RPG speed run for like the no manipulation, any percent kind of standard glitchless mode. Quick warning, there is going to be a big flash here in a minute. I'm going to fight a guy. It's going to the screen's going to flash just a little bit. So if you're sensitive, look away right now. Okay, you can look again. We're back. Just a little flash. So with the plates, again, a lot of times with the speed run, as you get better at the speed run, you're looking at you know, percentages and what kind of enemies could possibly spawn there. You know, there's some enemies we're happier to see than others. Here we have a totally scripted fight. The RNG here is for time. Basically, Buzz, our new butterfly, or new bug, butterfly, dung beetle, bee, whatever choice you want to make, because we don't really know what he is. He just fights back and forth against this new alien monster we've never seen before. And what we're just hoping is that he's going to attack every other cycle and hit him hard enough to kill him. He has 200 health. There we go. That was a nice 2-cycle fight. Happy to see it. So yeah, around 8 minutes, totally fine. Especially with having to despawn all those enemies. All right. We love Buzz. He's our favorite character. It's going to be totally fine. He's going to help us a lot in this game. Nothing's going to happen to him at all. Don't worry, everybody. He's got plot armor to the extreme. Nothing can hurt him. I'm bad at foreshadowing.
It sounds like I should be concerned. It sounds like I should be concerned.
I'm bad at foreshadowing. Nothing bad ever happens to Buzz. No, Buzz. No. Oops, and I get stuck on Buzz. No, he got slapped by the mean next door lady. Now, the script in this game is fantastic. Like, if you play this game and you've never played it before, or if you played it and you've kind of skipped a lot, you need to spend a lot of time talking to everybody. The script is brilliant. It's so fun. If you think about what is being said, it's just like for example, Buzz here is like basically dying and is like, oh, but before I go, do you want to hear the whole story again? Like I'm dying, but I'll stick around for a couple more minutes to talk again. Just all these like fun little script pieces. This always makes me think of the Folgers commercial. All right, let's go head on to Onet, the first town. Oh, there's a dog, still spawns. Again, just like I said, like about Chrono Trigger kind of game where you can see all the enemies. So you have to, where are you going? Don't come after me. We just lose time by fighting. So the goal is to not fight and try to despawn when they're annoying. Sometimes the game is cool and doesn't spawn enemies. Sometimes it's very evil and it wants you to despawn 7 or 8 times. We're gonna go to the secret hut, secret shack in the back, and this kid said, you know what? I'd love to give you my favorite hat. And you go, thanks, dude. And you're gonna immediately go to the store and sell it. Because that's what kind of person Ness is. How mean. But we sell it because we need the money. For some reason, that kid's favorite hat is worth a lot of money. We also like trash hamburgers. Question for the chat. I ask this every time I do this in a marathon. Question for the chat. How long can a sandwich or hamburger last outside of the fridge before you won't eat it? How long can a hamburger...
That sounds like a...
Yeah, go for it.
That sounds like a great thing for everyone to donate and tell us their thoughts on that. And don't forget to apply that towards the bike percent incentive. We don't have a lot of time left for that. Get your donations in.
We're gonna get a couple things here, and then we're gonna head down and we're gonna fight some. We're gonna take on a gang. Just this little boy, like 12-year-old maybe, I don't know, whatever age you think he is. He's gonna take on a whole gang who hangs out at the arcade. The vast majority of movement in this game is intentional, again, to avoid spawn plates, to avoid places that... All right, smash is like a critical hit. That was super lucky. We want lots of that. So good job. Congrats to the chat for blessing the run. You helped me on that first smash. That's really good. We fight a couple of these guys on purpose because they're going to give us hamburgers, which are cure items, healing items. Oh, good. Oh, we missed 2 though. That's okay. It's very like look at all this RNG of missing and not. Okay. Wow, that's some great RNG, everybody. Not taking any damage is good. Guaranteed hamburger there. It's good stuff. Sometimes that guy hits you 3 times really hard and kills you, and you miss completely. So you never know. But if you've played Undertale, this may feel a little familiar. It's a really commonly known thing for huge Earthbound Undertale fans that Toby Fox, who created Undertale, is a massive Earthbound fan, and he made a Halloween hack of this game a long time ago that was sort of the basis of Undertale, like with sands and stuff. All right, first like real boss here. Not good that we missed already. He swears at us and stabs us with knives. And every time he does that, we want to heal. Because he can kill us. One really fun thing with this game, no, don't see, now the RNG's not helping us now. One thing with this game is you'll see the rolling HP meter down there. All right, made up for it with the smash. This game, if you can heal yourself before you hit 0, you will survive. So a lot of times we're looking at our HP and we're determining, hey, if I get hit, can I have enough time to heal or not? And usually it's around like 23 to 25 health. So, oh wow, the smashes are good. Get some decent RNG here. This is another kind of scripted fight. I know when he's going to attack me. Wow, that was a great split. That was super good luck. Good job, chat, with the RNG push. Keep it going. First boss down. First super RNG boss down. But that was a mostly scripted fight in terms of what to do. You know, the luck. This run is a smash hit. You're right. A lot of times. So the basis of the game is that you're I just had a little brain skip there. I was like, where am I going next? You know, it's really hard to talk about this game and play at the same time. Dun, 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 dun. So what I was saying is, the script is there. You know what to do and how to react. You just don't know how it's going to happen. Are you going to miss a lot? Is the enemy gonna critically hit you too? And so this game is just a lot of like getting to know the possibilities and being ready to use your tools available and your skills to adjust to it. It's very cool. There's a lot of actual like skill involved and response. It's more than just a menu. You know, like a lot of RPGs are just menu fights, menu bosses. Next, we're gonna go get a couple hamburgers. Just fill up our backpack full of hamburgers. And we're gonna go to a mountain to our first sanctuary location, which is a major like quest. We'll call it, it's the MacGuffin of the game. We need to start getting a bunch of those done. I don't want to spoil too much for you to actually play the game, so I'm gonna let you figure that out when you guys play it. But we're going to an important place with the first like really big boss. Smile, smile, buying some hamburgers. So we go to Burger King here. Eating fresh, whatever their slogan is. All right, I think we're good now. We got lots of stuff. Yep, good. And we're heading up the mountain. Did I not heal because I wasn't paying attention? Let's go do that real fast. It's okay. Let's go get our free heal. This is what's fun about marathons. Sort of like, oh yeah, while I'm busy explaining this to you, I'll forget basic things. Anyway, free heal. Once we beat up Frank, the leader of the gang, he lets us stay, I don't know, sleep behind his bush or something up there. I don't really know what goes on, but we get a rest, we get our health and physical or psychic points back, our PP, which is our magic. This game has all the traditional mechanics of an RPG. You get money from fighting enemies. The difference is your dad sends the money to your ATM account, and you have to use an ATM card at an ATM to get your money. So instead of it being like Final Fantasy, where once you beat enemies, you just get money, this one you have to go to a shop or something to get the money out. So you'll see me a couple times go to the ATM and take money out. That's just being deposited there by dear old dad on the phone every time we fight an enemy. All right, this is our only grind spot, and look at this. This is wonderful. So we're going to grind out 20 to 22 slugs, depending on how the game went so far. Slugs don't really hurt us that much. They're pretty useless, but we want to get to level 8, and level 8 is when we get our first Rockin' power, which Rockin's the default name for it. It's whatever you put as your favorite thing. So we want to get to level 8 so we can use that against the first boss. We're going to use our stuttering power. We're going to use our despawning, and we use like stutter to get away from things like rats. We don't want to fight mice. I mean, you'll see there. I just got into like an auto win. At some point in this game, when you're stronger than the enemies, if you're at a significant power level to them, and there's only one of them, you'll just win. So it kind of skips the whole rigmarole of the fight if you don't need to. So we're going to just try to spawn some more slugs. Couple fun things with the game is when you will feel lag. So when monsters appear, you will feel the lag. So like I could feel that in terms of like you feel a stutter or a lag. So you can kind of feel in your controls through lag when the plate's spawning. So like I felt that really good. Like it lagged pretty hard there when those 3 slugs spawned. 4 slugs. Okay, so we're at 7 now. And if you need to cut in, Cell, just let me know. There's lots of just all chill time. So
awesome. Well, this would be a great chance to tell folks. Bike percent is going to close pretty soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need to know if we're going to do bike pretty quickly here. So if you want to get that in, get your donations in now. This is your last second chance.
Yeah.
And tell us your opinions about trash burgers. I don't know. Tell me what you would put on a trash burger. I'm curious.
Yeah, so we'll have this boss. We're gonna have another boss fight, and then we'll be in the area where the bike would be. It's like a chance to get the bike. We'll have about a 5-minute window there. So I'd say you got about 10 minutes. If things go well, we've got about 10 minutes left to get that incentive done. I was just playing around earlier, and I found a place where Ness's hat disappears in some bushes on the bike. So if you want to see that, that's part of it too. I want to see some random glitch that I never knew existed until today. You should do that. So now we're just going back and forth on this one particular spawn plate, hoping for slugs to appear. And this is like when it's fun trying to get personal best and gold splits and stuff here, because literally the game decides if you're going to go fast or not. So we're just back and forth, kind of massaging the pressure of the spawn plate, hoping to get a slug.
Also, Jaws, did I hear you correctly that you said if we do bike percent, we're gonna get to see a glitch that you like just discovered?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a glitch. Well, that sounds way cooler than it is. I was just messing around and I noticed a spot on the map where Ness's hat just disappears for some reason. I was like, oh, okay. So I'd happily show you guys what I saw today. It's just a fun little visual glitch with the bush. I was like, huh, weird.
We need to see that, chat. That sounds cool. We need to see that. Also, $25, which is all that's left on that incentive, would get us to 1,800 raised total, which gets us closer to that $2,000 milestone.
Come on, US friends. You even get the exchange rate, so your money goes further on the number.
Indeed, if you want to know more about that, ! Rate in chat will tell you more about that.
I think it's like 18 something in US, so that's a bigger incentive. Go ahead, it's cheaper. It's cheaper for US to get to that incentive. Go for it. We'll give more than 18, but you know, it's only 18 to get to that incentive. All right, we're still killing slugs. Again, level 8 is when we get rockin', and that's like when we really get to play the game, because it's our main attack for the first part of the game. And that lets us take out. It's an area of attack for everybody. Oh, we got a bomb. It's a rare drop. That's gonna make it easier to fight later too. So that's really good luck. Shout out to chat. Whoever put the RNG, the blessed RNG earlier. You have really put in the work today. So thanks so much for that. There are a bunch of drops in the game that are really rare, like 1 in 128 chance, and the bomb is one of those. So that's a really powerful item real early in the game. It's a one-use item, but it will be really helpful. Just trying to get rid of. We've got a couple more left to go here. And again, this is a required grind. We have to get to level 8. Good job. There we go. Love seeing big piles of slugs here. And we know there's slugs because on this area, there are always slugs. On this first floor, there are always going to be slugs. Later, they're going to be ants, and they're scarier. But for now, they're slugs, so we can go back and forth and find the slug grind.
Can I jump in with some exciting news? We have $25 to Little Warriors from Anonymous that simply says, bike time! And with that, we have met the incentive. Thank you all so much. And we're now past $1,800. Thank you
job, everybody.
all so much.
We're gonna do some stuttering here and avoid guys here. We don't want to fight any ants and things. Actually, I'm gonna check my offense. It's only 23. That's not great. If our offense was 24, then we would insta-win battles against one ant. So like right here, I can't tell if they're ants or they could be 3 slugs. It could be 2 ants and a slug. Either way, I don't want to fight any of them. It just takes time. So I'm just kind of gently, it's hard to tell. It's hard to see. I can kind of show you here kind of what I'm doing. It's just like a little tap. Oops, don't press buttons. Just showing you the idea. We're not rolling for super speed here, so I can show you that. But you're trying to make Ness move without actually doing the move cycle. And that helps you trick the game into thinking you're not moving while you're kind of gliding through. So we're just like, I don't care about you walking this way. All right, that's good. We're going to keep doing that. And there's kind of a rhythm to it. Oh, it might be fighting here, but that's okay. We'll wipe them all out with the new. I'll show you the new rockin' power, and that's a whole lot of slugs. So we'll just use our rockin' power. I'm going to keep calling it rockin', but it's whatever your favorite thing is, which we called 6 exclamation point for Prevent-A-Thon 6. It's always a bummer to get to the top and see all these slugs after I've been asking for slugs for like the last 10 minutes. How rude of them to be waiting for me at the top. Anyway, we've reached the top of the cave and we're rewarded with butterflies. Butterflies in this game restore 20 psychic points, so it's kind of like having a nice spot to recharge. We'll get our health back. We'll respawn another butterfly, so we'll be at full health and psychic points, ready to take on the boss. Great RNG so far. I'm a little concerned because what goes up sometimes goes down, but that's all right. We're having fun either way. And what would happen is sometimes this boss here that we're about to fight sometimes can be super rude. Hold on one second. Oh, no. Okay. It's not a big deal, but one mechanic in this game is depending on how you approach something. If you will get a green swirl, a red swirl, or a blue swirl. Blue swirl means normal stance, like no one got an advantage. It's based on your normal speed. Green swirl means you get a guaranteed first hit and you pretty much get to run if you want. And red swirl like that is they got to go first. So it's kind of like that's how this game handles preemptive attacks and caught from behind and stuff like in Final Fantasy games. We're gonna climb up. First boss. I keep saying first boss, but this is the first real boss of the game. We fight a lot of bosses, but these little star dudes are the main one. And this guy, if he wants to be mean, he can just make you game over right here if he wants, but we're okay right now. So sometimes he will do a critical attack. Okay, that was a heavy one. So we have enough. Real quick, I'll show you. I'll stop for a second. So I have 27 health. I have enough where even if he hits me for more than 27, I can mash through and not die, because that thing will roll down. So I'm okay. I'm going to be able to survive regardless. We're gonna throw this bomb now. Okay. Every time he hits me, I want to heal, because he can hit me. He can critically attack me for about 60, which is not good. So we're gonna try to kill him off here. Sometimes he uses magic power. Sometimes he just hits you. All right, not too bad. The bomb helped us a lot. So that's the end of that split. First big threatening monster down. That's one of the first, every boss is threatening in this game. Frankie can just keep hitting you and you run out of hamburgers. This ant can critically attack you where you just get no turns and you die. The next part I'll show you also has a lot of peril. It's kind of what's fun about this mode, because it's just random. Like you can be all set, ready to go, lots of stuff, a lot of backups, and then the game's just like, nope. But you wouldn't start too far away from here. You just start back at your house. You don't lose any progress. So it's forgiving from a casual sense. It's just, if you care about your time, it's not as fun. But that's what makes this a fun run, is that, you never know what's going to happen. Now that I've beaten their master, the big giant ant, Titanic ant, all of the enemies in this dungeon are afraid of me. So they're going to run away. This is a great grind spot casually. If you just want to level up, you can get green first attack swirls just by running into these guys. We don't care. We don't have time to fight them. We keep going. But it's a really cool mechanic. It just makes you feel like you've accomplished something. You've beat the boss of the dungeon. Now everything's running away. It's not like Final Fantasy, and I love Final Fantasy. I'm just going to keep talking about that as a comparison. Final Fantasy 1 especially is one of my favorite games. But the idea here is that in those games, if you don't have a warp out of it, if you don't have like a teleport spell, you got to trudge all the way back. You're fighting enemies again. It's just like you're weak from getting to the final boss, and they make you keep fighting. But this game gives you a break where once you've beaten the big baddie, you're able to leave without too much of a problem. All right, so that police officer said, hey, what the heck? You weren't supposed to be here. Come to our office. So we're going to go down to the police station and see what's going on. Talk to the police chief here. Get a drink of water while he talks. One thing I also want to mention is that this game, when brought to North America, It's called Mother. It's the Mother series in Japan. So this is Mother 2. There's Mother 3, which was never brought here. And Mother 1 is like Earthbound Beginnings on the Switch Online. But this game in North America came with a player's guide. And I highly recommend that if you're playing this for the first time, that you get that player's guide. The PDF is online officially. Nintendo released it when they made the NES Mini, the little classics. So if you ever play this for the first time, it's totally okay for you to use that guide. There's a smash. That's okay. Yep. Reminder: stay hydrated. Very important. Whether it's winter or summer. Whether you're in winters or summers, which makes sense if you played. Those are 2 towns in this game: winters and summers. You should be hydrated. Don't want to see those crushing chops. Those are like critical attacks. They're annoying. Now the script we have kind of gives us an idea, like, all right, if we're less than 50, we want to use life up. If we're less than 60, we want to use a hamburger. Like, you kind of have an idea of where we want to be with our health. So like, I want to use a burger. Level 10, give me some HP, very good. Yeah, as pointed out in the chat, it was one of the worst marketed games, thinking about like 90s, like this game stinks and it smells bad, and like that. They thought that would be cool with American kids, and it did not go well at all. So this game ended up in the bargain bin a lot. I rented this game when I was a kid, and I bought it. We got it right away. So my dad and my sister play this game. Even still, this is a family game for us. So I'm one of those few early, like, original adopters. I'm playing this game for 30 years. All right, so we're just beating up some cops. Let's make sure we heal here. We're almost out of hamburgers, so that's a little scary. We do have other healing options. And again, we're okay.
You mentioned things
go ahead.
that are.
Go for it.
You mentioned things that are cool. Is there a good moment to tell chat about something very cool?
Go for it.
Awesome. So we have a new incentive open. This is for Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. That's our run after Earthbound. And this is an empty Helm's Deep memory glitch showcase. Helm's Deep, of course, being a location in Lord of the Rings. And since this is Balrog percent, I believe we're ending in Helm's Deep. And so this glitch showcase, it's the biggest and hardest part of the game, but we can use a memory glitch to just make everything disappear.
Nice.
That sounds like a really cool magic trick. I think we need to see that. We need $50 Canadian to see that incentive met. ! Donate. Put it towards the incentive if you want to see that.
Helm's Deep was that really awesome sequence in the second movie, where, and the books. You should read the books too. But where they fought and the big epic war battle. It was really fun. I beat the boss there. Not a big deal. We were able to take him out with 2 Rockins, and it was good times. So we didn't miss anything there. Now we're gonna head to Tucson. We had to beat the cops so that they would open the gates for us. The gates are now open. If you came here earlier, there was a gate here you could not cross. It was just preventing you from progressing this way. Now we've unlocked that trigger. Now we have to be on the watch. I was gonna say we have to be on the lookout for mushrooms, and there's one right there. This is our next threat. Mushrooms will just chase you if you're in the proximity. So I mentioned earlier about all the different kinds of movement. There are proximity-based enemies where if you get into their circle of influence, they're coming right at you. So we have to be careful about those. And you'll see what I call the green mustaches on sticks in a few minutes. There's some plants that I swear look just like that. But first, because you all are awesome, and you did the incentive for bike percent, it's time to get a bike. But first, we got to take a picture. Throughout this game, I told you earlier, the scripting of this game is fantastic. Super fun. There is a little photo guy who, when you hit certain trigger spots in the game, and in the speedrun, we try to avoid them all, or most of them. He will come down, take a picture, and then, maybe, or who knows, they might get used later in the game. We're not sure. We're not going to see that today. But you got to say Fuzzy Pickles. So here is your bike percent. You get a bike in this game. He pretends that you want to rent one, sure, and it's free. Now, what's funny in this game is the bicycle only lets you have 1 person on it. In about 5 minutes, I'll have 2 people, and I'll never have just myself again until the end of the game. So you get this bike for about I don't know, a minute and a half, but we're going to give this a full 2 minutes as we get locked here. Look how excited Ness is. Look at that face. This is why this incentive was worth it. You see the happiest Ness has ever been. We get control of the R button, lets us ring the bell. We get to, oh, the butterfly's going to come visit us because we're having that much fun. That's never happened before. I got attacked by a butterfly. So we're just going to ride this around. Once we get to the next area and we get a new party member, we can never use the bike again. So this is something you never see in a run, because why would you get this? But it's super fun. Here's what I saw earlier. I don't know why, it's just like the dumbest little thing, but it's fun. Let me see if I can squeeze in there. Okay, look. Oh. Wait, there we go. His hat. It's just, wait, oh, it's disappearing.
The bush is eating his hat.
For some reason, the hat's gone. I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't always do that, right? So here's a hat. Hat's fine, right? Hat's fine here. But for some reason, this little spot, that it eats the hat. So like, cool. And the hat's gone. All right. Anyway, that was worth $75. I promise. That was awesome. So anyway, we can ride this bike around. We can't ride it in caves, which we're gonna go. Oh, there's a. We don't want to fight that guy. He's a crazy dude. Just a unassuming local man. We don't want to deal with him. But anyway, we can ride around. It lets us go really fast. But like I said, it's so weird that the game gave this to us, and then they're immediately gonna take it away forever. Oh, I can't go there. Somehow the sprite's so big. Get away from me. But isn't this delightful? This is just fun. Like, this is why we play these games. Ness is having fun.
Very fun.
I just love the bell ringing. The real journey is the bicycle we rode along the way. Sorry, what'd you say?
While we're riding around is now a good moment for a little message for chat.
Yeah. I'll just enjoy this. Go for it.
So here at Prevent-A-Thon, we appreciate every donation towards Little Warriors, but we also appreciate spreading the word of this worthy cause. If you're on social media, you can also help out by sharing our social media posts and getting the word out about this event and Little Warriors. Type !socials in chat to get links to Prevent-A-Thon social media. And I do see we're in emote only chat right now. So if a moderator could please type !socials in chat so people can follow those links if they'd like them. Otherwise, yes, have fun with those emotes in chat, everyone, as we're on this fun bike ride.
That guy wants a bike. He's jealous. A little bit more bike time. Get you guys money worth out of this one. Again, I can't emphasize how weird it is that you get the game wants you to have this fun, and then it's stuck in your inventory for the rest of the game, which doesn't matter for this run. But it's just so it's kind of mean of the game to let you have this much fun, and then like you could never use it again until the end of the game. But you get also good look at Tucson, the second town here. We got a theater, Chaos Theater. You guys, any Scott Pilgrim fans? You might have heard that name before. And again, that R button, you get to do that. But Ness is having fun before he has to go through more ordeals. Thanks everybody again for paying that incentive to get this bike going. Watch out for cars. Everybody be careful. He's not wearing a helmet. You should wear a helmet when you're on a bike. Friends, let's be safe, okay?
Very good advice, yes.
All right. Well, we're at the next spot, so we're gonna sadly get off the bike here. Thanks for letting me do that. I don't get to ride the bike very often because I'm always trying to go fast. So we're gonna take some money. I told you earlier about the ATM machine. And take out a bunch of money. Then we're gonna call our dad and we're gonna save the game. Because what we want to do is set up a death warp point here. We're gonna go a couple town's not the right word. A couple areas west or east. I know my directions. East, yeah, that's the one. We're gonna go east. And we're gonna want to come back here after we do some stuff. We gotta save our friend, a soon-to-be new friend, and to come back faster, we want to actually get knocked unconscious, basically. But first, we're gonna visit another new friend we got Orange Kid, we got Apple Kid. You should check out Orange Kid when you play it casually, but we're gonna just talk to Apple Kid. Oh, we were talking to the pile there. We're gonna give him some money. First we can give him a hamburger. Yeah. We can't give him the bicycle. He doesn't want to eat the bicycle, unfortunately. We'll give him some money. And then his mouse is going to give us a cell phone. There weren't really cell phones in 1995, so it only works. Well, there was in the cars, but so this only works to receive calls. So he might want to get a hold of us in the future here.
So we're gonna head off to the next area. Well, hold on. You know what? Let's at least get some more use out of this bike as I can here. We're looking for butterflies. We need one more butterfly to fill our psychic points. All right, now we'll get off the bike, and we're unfortunately unable to use the bike in the caves.
Is the bike actually faster movement-wise?
It is.
Oh, very cool.
I don't know if it's double, but it definitely feels close to double. It's just for fun. I mean, it really, the only purpose it has is for the fun of it. Because you can't, like, I don't even think I can use it here. Yeah. Oh, no, I can. Okay, cool. Oh, but I can't get...
We're learning things.
But I can't see. But this is, again, like, you know, this is a fun speed run, so I'll take the time off to show. But see, the sprite does not let me even progress. So I can't.
Oh, no.
There was a pencil, a giant statue of a pencil there. It's okay if you didn't see it. All I have to do is get it to appear a little bit on the screen, and that will set up the next trigger for the game. Now, when you play this game casually, or, you know, for the first time, like, go talk to people, find the information from the people. Don't just do what I did. Oh, see, this is the green mustache on a stick that I was talking about. Well, that was a green mustache on a stick. It's a plant. Those plants will call help. We'll find other seedlings to help them, which is really bad. Oh, okay. Remember I said proximity? I don't think I can squeeze through there, so we're going to despawn those mushrooms. Very good. There's a butterfly. Let's get a heal here. Gonna avoid the mushrooms. We can use a lot of objects in the world to block. And that's why I like this game so much from a speedrun perspective. I love this game as a game because it's my GOAT. It's my #1 game every time. Like, this is my all-time favorite game. It's cool if that's not what you all agree with. That's fine. You know, you should love games that you love, and that's cool. But to me, this has always been my favorite game. But one of the things that makes it so much fun is that with the speedrun is that you get to respawn to the game. It almost feels like a randomizer, and because, like, you don't know what the spawn plates are gonna do. You don't know what the game is gonna do to you. I'm gonna buy some skip sandwiches that help me go faster, but I'm gonna use those later. That's to avoid some enemies. Oh, there's a hippie over there. We don't want to fight any hippies right now. So AppleKid gave us a really convenient pencil eraser, which you'll never guess what we're gonna use, what we're gonna erase. It will shock you to learn. Great music in this, a lot of remixes out there. I mean, this is a classic. Look at those mustaches on sticks. And, you know, as you learn the game from a speedrun perspective, you kind of know where those spawn plates are, how far away you need to go to despawn things. I mentioned earlier, like, you can feel the lag. The more you play, you start getting used to, like, oh yeah, I feel the lag in that one. And you can even despawn enemies before you get there. And this is, again, this is Earthbound, the second of the Mother series. There's Mother 2, Mother 3 in Japan. This is actually an octopus in Japan. So if you play the Mother 2 in Japanese, you'll see an octopus instead of a pencil. Am I good here? Let's check. Yeah, we're good. Okay, double checking. Having too much fun, not quite sure what my stats were. This is a very dangerous area. We're gonna get a lot of spawns. We could get pincered. Oh wow, that was a nice little move for that guy. I gotta get away. Oh, okay. I just mentioned about potentially getting pincered that I have to be careful with. So we have to do despawns. Those aliens, those little UFOs. So it's just a matter of getting used to the movement and how to react to things.
There's a bush that'll just burst into flames if you fight it. That's cool.
Was that bush moving?
That bush was moving. Slower than you move, so you could walk around it, but it had a friend. You gotta watch. There's another bush moving right there. You gotta watch out for friends. There's a butterfly. That's a good friend. Oh, okay. Again, we're just gonna despawn until they go away. Casually, not a problem. I mean, you can also, you know, the first couple times you play this game, you probably just grind through it, so you get more powerful anyway. A lot of times when you come through here, you're strong enough to fight these creatures, and it's not a big deal. In the speedrun, like, we have not fought many bad guys, so these will kill us if we can't run away. Ooh, that's fun. That's simultaneously on and off the game. I don't know if you saw that diamond over there.
Very normal things happening.
Yeah. Snakes. Sometimes these snakes will attack me for no reason and instantly die. Okay, we are in Happy Happy Village, which if you have to tell yourself that you live in Happy Happy Village, you're probably not very happy, as this is a cult. So we are here to defeat the cult. Now, friends, I have to do something unethical here. Please look away. I'm gonna steal from... Well, is it unethical if I'm stealing from the bad guys? Chat, what do you think? Anyway,
donate and tell us.
I'm stealing bananas. I did not pay. Okay, and I will take this fresh egg. Oh, it's all right. This is when I just want free stuff. I'll just not pay. All right. Now, if I'm not careful, the fresh egg will... I was going to say evolve, but that's too much Pokemon. It will grow into a chicken. So, egg evolves into chicken. So I want to eat it before that happens. Which means that Ness will eat raw eggs. Like fertilized raw eggs, too. Not sure what message that's sending, but that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. I don't recommend that. That does not sound pleasant.
It's not like the Rocky boxer way of going, you know, that's unfertilized eggs at least. By the way, side note, raising chickens, little chicks, is really fun, by the way. We did that a couple times, and it's a blast. But anyway, I digress. All right, so here are cultists. Cultists are pain because they will call for help. And that is just really bad. So we want to just hopefully wipe them all out with this rockin' attack. They're best friends with the cool crow. See, there we go. We don't want that. But if they call for help before we wipe them out, that's okay. Ooh, low rolls. Did not work. Cool. Oh, I just hit auto. No, don't auto. That was a mistake. Oopsie. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. They're hitting me with their paintbrushes. All right, everything's fine. Nothing is bad. Everything's fine. Misclicking is a bad thing in this game, by the way. I'll put that out there. You gotta be careful. Anyway, let's eat the fresh egg that we paid nothing for. All right, we're gonna go into the headquarters. We've been given this Franklin badge, which is an item in Super Smash Brothers, if you've ever seen it. It's gonna reflect lightning, which is good. Because for some reason, this cult leader has the power of lightning. But we're in this whole giant blue cultist chanting thing. It's a little bit of a maze. This guy doesn't like us, so he wants to fight us. So we have one little required fight. We just hope he's not going to call for help. Oops. We also don't want to miss.
Oh, that maze is not ominous in the slightest.
Mm-hmm. It's fun because you don't know who's... Oh, stop this. Stop. Please don't call for it. Stop calling for help. I have a counter on my stream that I tick up every time that happens, so it's fun. It's, oh no. Okay. Stop calling for help, please. One more? Don't call for help. Okay, hit him. No! Banana. Welcome to...
The game is just giving people time
Welcome to
donate
Boogie Percent.
to get that incentive.
Exactly, come on. Lord of the Rings needs Helm's Deep, come on. No, that's okay.
Helm's Deep, everyone. And don't forget, when you donate, don't misclick. Make sure you do click that incentive and assign it towards that, because otherwise it won't go to it automatically. You gotta click the incentive.
Checking to make sure. Let me just to make sure. Since we're playing the marathon safe strats, let me get this croissant out of the box. One thing that's cool is that this is a really good race mode. The Earthbound community, speedrun community, does a annual tournament. We're near the end of it right now, actually. But the idea is it's like a Swiss tournament. You get to play a lot of races, and you just race one-on-one this mode, and it's fun because like it's just RNG. So if my opponent here did not have 4 cultists get called for help, they're ahead of me. Or if they fell on Titanic Ant, then I get to be ahead. You know, so it's a lot of really fun. It's a really great racing mode because it equalizes everything with the RNG. So if you're interested in learning this and racing it next fall, you know, everybody's super chill in the Earthbound speedrun community. Okay, this is a scripted fight in the sense of I know exactly what he's going to do. Again, you just never know. Is he going to hit you? Is he going to miss? So he's going to hit me. I want to get as low as I can in this fight because after this fight, I have to do a death warp. All right, that's pretty good. All right, hit him. All right, that's perfect. Not good enough. Gotta be careful because he can hit you up to 60. That's really bad. But you want to have low health after this because a little mole has to kill you. So you want the mole to have an easy time to knock you out. So pretty good. I'd say pretty good fight there. It was never really in any peril, which is good. And the cult leader got defeated, so all the cultists left. How awkward. Even our friend Pokey here claims to have woken up from this cultist nightmare. Or did he? Oops. Okay. Now we got the key to the shack. Let's go save our friend Paula. In this case, her name is R. So we did PREV for our party. And again, anytime you want to jump in, feel free. I'm just gonna keep vibing here.
Yeah. This is, I think, as you said, your favorite game of all time, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Playing for a long time. Well, I have an idea, chat. I absolutely love Lord of the Rings. I absolutely love it. It is such a wonderful series. I really want to see that Helm's Deep incentive be met. And so why don't you donate? Be that $5, $10, whatever amount. Donate and tell us about your favorite game. Be it one of the first games you played, something that you just deeply love. Maybe it's a new game that you found recently and have fallen in love with. Donate and tell us about it, because I think we would greatly enjoy that, wouldn't we, Jaws?
For sure. For sure. Didn't mean to say it like that. Oh, crow.
A crow jump scare. Oh no.
I got nervous about like the crow. It's just time loss. At this point, the crow is not a threat, and they'll just miss most of the time. But we don't have time for that. We got to move forward. All right, we're just gonna intentionally let the mole get us, and we just want the mole to knock us out because we'll go back to the last place we saved, which was back in Tucson. No, we don't want you to feel. No, see, he does this. Sometimes the mole. Okay, there we go. Knock it. Sometimes the mole plays nice. Okay, good. There we go. Good death warp. Sometimes the mole gets confused and hits itself a bunch. So in this game, when you save, which calling your dad in the game, when you save, that's the like death warp point or death point. So like when you lose, when you die, you come back to that spot, but you don't lose any progress. So where we were in the game, like we've beaten Carpainter. You see Paula there. It's just kind of a spirit right now, but you come back to where you are. We've made the progress, but now we've warped back to areas. We don't have to walk back through Happy Village. We don't have to walk back through the Peaceful Rest Valley where all the UFOs and robots were. Our characters are out of health, or I mean, out of, Paula's still knocked out, and we don't have any psychic power, but we don't need that right now. We're going to do a little bit of talking to people. We're going to see a show. If you guys want to see a nice a nice concert, we're going to see that in a second. We're going to get in a car for a little bit. Like this. So this is sort of like the mental break time of the run. There's a hippie over there. It's just hippies all the time. The mole did play nice. That's right. The mole playing rough was the mole playing nice. Again, I mentioned earlier, if you want to play the whole game in a speed run, like this is still 99% the same game as the full run. So you get kind of double practice when you learn this first. And then if you ever like kind of wanted to be interested in Earthbound as a run, like once you played it casually, you gotta play it through casually first. Like don't just do yourself a favor, play the game first, then think about the speedrun aspect of it. But you could start with Boogie, and there's just like 2 decisions that are different in the beginning. So like there was a mouse we wanted to pick up on our way down to Tucson, and then how we do some items is slightly different. But other than that, it's really the same game. So you get kind of a double practice when you play this. Yes, please send the entire Final Fantasy XIV monologue. Is that different from responding chat? Is that different than what's the thing that Final Fantasy XIV people always say? It's like it's your.
Have you heard about the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy? Yes, I don't know.
Bingo, that's the one.
I don't RPG very well. I'm limit break staff. I should know my RPGs.
Oh, no.
I really don't. So educate me, chat. Donate and educate me on the RPGs because I need the help.
So we're going to see the Runway 5, which is a really cool Blues Brothers parody or homage. Runway 5 featuring 6 people. Just don't do the math and you don't have to worry about it. This is normally the time of the run where I go refill my water and take a restroom break, but for this, I'll stay here with you guys. Don't worry. I got more things to talk about. But it's a good time to stretch. So if you're sitting like me all day and you're here playing games, like get in a good stretch. Okay, get your arm out, get a little stretch, twiddle your fingers. Don't let yourself sit there too long. It's not good for your health. Get a good stretch. But speaking of RPGs, so this is my #1 favorite game of all time, but a lot of it's nostalgia. But Chrono Trigger is my #2 for sure, especially with RPGs. And then I do love the Final Fantasy 1, the remakes on Game Boy Advance and PS1. The Dawn of Souls remakes, I think, those are my favorite RPGs. So chat, anybody, whatever you guys like. Big fan of Final Fantasy games. But, this is a game, like, if you haven't played Earthbound. Oh, I'll show you I have it right here. I'll show you the user guide here. Get a little player's guide. Don't tell anybody this is a reproduction, but Nintendo puts out the PDF, and you can find those online. They're really expensive for the real ones, by the way, but they're so cool. You can find like an Etsy person to print it for you, or do things. Just read it through the Nintendo site, PDF. All right, we've gotten a wad of bills. We got $10,000 from that guy who jumped off of his roof for some reason. That you'll find out if you play the game casually. And so we're gonna, whenever you're a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, you just get $10,000. You do what every kid does. You run to the theater and you bail out the musicians from their debt. So we're gonna pay off the debt of these musicians, and they're gonna drive us in their bus to the next town. We're about to see my favorite line in the entire game. Here it comes. First, we're going to avoid a photo trigger. If we just come out of that door normally, we're going to get a photo guy. Let's get on the bus. Here it comes. The greatest line in all of Earthbound. Hey, sidewalk, get out of my way. Anyway. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. That's the best line. Look, I'm a dad full of dad jokes. That's just my life. Okay, so when you're yelling at the sidewalk, get out of your way, it's 100% for me. Bus, bus, bus.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's so good.
So this speed run is really nice, despite being long. Like, I mean, the hour and 10 minutes, hour 20 minutes for the Boogie percent isn't really that long for a speed run. But if you're doing the full game, there are lots of breaks like this. So if we were to play beyond this Boogie percent, there's like a 3-minute break, and about 20 minutes there's where you literally have to sit there for 3 minutes. It's like a password thing. So you get a whole 3 minutes to go make a sandwich or whatever, lunchtime, and come back down. There's quite a few travel times, like on a bus or on a spaceship, you'll see in a few minutes. You get a lot of cool little breaks. So even though it might take you 5 or 6 hours to play the speed run when you're learning it, you get a lot of time to take care of business. So it's great to be able to go upstairs and grab like a cheese stick or something out of the fridge. whatever works for you.
It's good to stay hydrated. Good to keep fed as well.
Keep that protein going when you're sitting there all day. Oh, we got some peeping toms. That's what those are called. We don't want to fight the peeping toms. We're gonna go to the graveyard because when you go to a new town, it's gloomy and there's zombies everywhere. Why not just go visit the graveyard? We're gonna try to avoid very deadly fights. Oh, there's bugs. Gotta be careful about bugs. Nope, don't want those bugs. Still bugs. All right, the zombies.
While we're going through this, do you got time for a donation?
Go for it.
All right, chat. I'm gonna apologize in advance. Okay. We have $10 to Little Warriors from Tabby, who says, did you know that the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14 has a free trial and includes the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Stormblood expansion up to a level 70 with no restrictions on playtime? Sign up and enjoy Elosia today. Love you, Celeste3. Thank you, Tabulation. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Some of you in chat may think, oh no, I've died. But the thing is with this game, once I've seen the zombies and I get into a fight that I can't avoid, it's okay to die because I've already got the trigger for the next spot and it can just be faster than trying to run away, trying to run. So I just go with it, lean into it. It's okay. So it was faster than trying to avoid and despawn all those guys. You just kind of go with it. So no big deal there. It looked bad, but that was fantastic. Good reading of that.
You're welcome. I did my best.
Shout out to, what was it, Tably? It's dark blue. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat. I can't see the color. Tably Tasty? What is it?
Yeah, the donation was from Tabby.
Thank you. I'm trying to look. The color of the chat is too dark for my. For I'm sitting in the dark here, so chat interaction failed. Roll the 1 on that one. Now we go to Winters. We're gonna get our third party member here. This is like the last stretch of this run, so I mean it's gonna be like 10 minutes or so still, but this is our last stretch of this run, which also has a lot of RNG to it, because we're trying not to get into like any fights really if we can, trying to skip fights, dodge things, and that you could just get knocked out and have to start, back a few steps. So the RNG never ends in this mode. In fact, when we get to the final boss of this mode, even that can RNG you and just knock you out, and It's just fun. We've been good so far, though. The chat has done really well with their RNG today. So keep it up, chat. Keep donating for the every donation you put in increases the RNG. I hope you know that. Even if it doesn't, it still does. 50% of the time it works every time. So if you want good RNG, send $50 to Little Warriors. And you know what? It's like fortune. It's
that
like
would meet the incentive.
yes, that's right. And the thing is, it doesn't mean that the RNG is going to be good today, but one day the RNG will be good because of your donation. Okay. One day when you most need it, the RNG will be good to you because you donated to Little Warriors. Also, it'll feel really good doing it. Okay, so we're going to throw away this stuff. Don't worry about that. We never have to see that again. Our best friend here, Maxwell, gave us a bent key on purpose and then sadistically laughs at us saying, oh, I knew that wasn't going to work. So thanks for nothing, dude. Couldn't just give it an RNG savings account. That is perfect.
Exactly. I was going to say that's ideal. The RNG savings account, absolutely perfect. Donate now to invest in your own personal RNG savings account. All of the money, of course, goes to Little Warriors, our fantastic charity.
Perfect. Shout out to Danny Music, one of my good friends, who's hopefully around. I don't know if he's around today, but he pops into the Prevent-A-Thon for sure. Anyway, we have this cool meme for ourselves, inside meme, where he loves to tell a story about the pop gun there that I just pulled out of the locker. And I'll tell that story on his behalf here. If you were to drop the pop gun that I just got out of that locker, a new one will appear on that. So you can get infinite pop guns. Just you have to drop them each time. But he loves to say that, and we always get that. It's kind of an inside meme, but fun. Also, fun fact: the pop gun is infinite. Hattress's own Danny Music. That's right. Might have seen him last week on GDQ. We're getting a monkey who likes to chew bubblegum. As an animal lover, I would highly recommend not giving bubblegum to a monkey. It's probably bad for them. All right. But we also want to fight a dog. That just sounds bad. We want to just get past this part. Anyway, we want this dog fight because it will level us up, which gives us a little bit of a better shot against this protoplasm we're going to have to fight in a minute. It can be a rough fight just with the base stats that you have. Oh, we don't want that, though. Should be okay. And if we die, we just start a few steps back. It's fine. We run away. I actually just... There is like a speed strat involved and some luck to run away. And the more turns that go on, the better chance you have of running. But I feel pretty good that we got to play this long before I had our unnecessary, dumb, enemy fight. So it's pretty good. There we go. And did. Let me get that in the chat for everybody there too. And did for everybody. There we go. And did. We don't want fights in this game because it slows us down. But, marathon strats, we're doing good. Having a good time. We got to ride a bike. Thanks for that. We're going to go in this tent and have some random stew from the Tessie Watchers Club. A lot of cool sprite work in this game. Even if you've never played Earthbound, I'm sure you've seen these sprites in this game somewhere. Here's Tessie. Gonna take the Tessie. Everybody salute Tessie. Shout out for Tessie. She's gonna take us across the river here.
Tessie looks very friend-shaped.
Oh yeah, it's like the most lovable animal in the game. I mean, you get a Tessie with a monkey on it. Like, I don't know what's better than that.
I know what's better than that. That is donating to Little Warriors and some of our incentives. We also have a couple of name bid wars that are open now for Final Fantasy X. We can name Titus, who's everyone's favorite or protagonist. You can submit your own names for that, and as well as we have one for Vale 4, another character. So if you want to name those characters, get your donations in, or get us Helm's Deep.
So I don't have an opinion on this, but I am curious. You said Titus, and I've heard people say Titus. Are you committed to Titus as the name of that character when you read it, or
Look, I might be RPG Limit Break staff. This doesn't mean I know anything about Final Fantasy. The only Final Fantasy I've played is a bit of 16, which is apparently not a Final Fantasy game. So.
Oh, it says Final Fantasy. Look, 15 has guys pushing a car in it. I don't if 16 isn't, then what's 15? Anyway, not here to start wars. Everybody good? No, I have heard. I've heard both of those, and I have no preference. I like Final Fantasy X. You know, it's kind of like Chrono Trigger. Like, is it Marla? Anyway, here's that protoplasm that can get really mean. It can call for help. I can miss. That's also not great. But in this case, it's a little confused, so that's good for me. If you die here, you just start back outside of the cave, or outside of this room, so it's not that big of a deal. Just feels bad. Always feels bad to go backwards. Come on! Alright. We got him. We got a boiled egg this time. It's not going to be a chicken. All right, we're hoping we can skip this duck. We want this duck to come down. Oh, it went a little bit too far. That's okay. Sometimes you can skip the duck. You can get him to come down. I think he's stuck in the corner already. He did not have a good movement, so we're going to have to fight him. That's okay. No big deal. It's just a duck. Apparently nobody is able to hit anything right now. Oh, except for the duck. One of the duck's main moves is making it so you can't use your psychic power. Jeff does not have that power. He has no psychic ability. That's his like negative aspect. He uses like weapons and toys and tools and stuff instead. But so most of the time the duck is not a threat, but in that case he was hitting me pretty hard. What a mean duck. All right, we're gonna try to skip this. This is entirely based on if the monkey is cool or not. Monkey. Nope, monkey's not cool. The monkey sometimes does not follow you. So you're trying to wiggle the monkey to do its like long wait and then come with you to avoid the present. In this case, the monkey did not come with you, so no skip. Oh no. Again, calling for help is one of the scariest things in this game. we don't want that. We're doing okay. Made it through this area. I mentioned earlier that winters is kind of rough with RNG. But, you know, it can affect a race or your gold splits and stuff because you just don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you can skip those, sometimes you can't. Please don't wiggle the monkey without the monkey's permission. Thanks, Satya. That's good advice. Monkey consent is good. Okay, here's a lot of stuttering. We're going to get a lot of enemies that you may have remember from earlier in the game. Sometimes we're going to have to despawn them to get them out of the way. They're those ants or slugs or the mice. And sometimes we can just go this, just go around them. This is a hamburger for later. Not for later. There we go. I don't like to stutter here. It's a long cave, and if I have to fight in the next room, it's a little harder. Right, come on over here. Stutter. We just make sure the monkey comes with us. The monkey will hesitate like that, and sometimes that will end in the mouse catching up or something. So a little bit of a difference on the stutter. Ooh, we had a nice nice room with not a lot of spawns. A lot of times there's just tons of mushrooms in here that just are really annoying and slow. Monkey does a dance, makes us a rope. That mushroom looks like it's going to come get me, I'm afraid. These mushrooms can destroy me, so we want to... Yep, this is fine. They get caught. All right, out of the cave. Home stretch now. Here we go. Thanks, Turbo. It's a very comfy shirt, very comfy hat. I wear it all the time. It's good. Plus, it's cosplay. It's technically cosplay, even though I could wear it every day. I mean, you can wear your cosplay stuff every day if you want to. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Thank you for the GLHF. Home stretch. We're going to take a little bit of a travel break here, and then we'll do the last fight to finish it off. So I mentioned earlier that you do get a lot of breaks in this game, which is cool. So we got about a 90-second travel time here. Nothing going on. Is there anything you need to talk about, or you want to remind everybody about the battle for Helm's Deep that's coming, hopefully?
Yeah, indeed. If I could find my mute button first. But I remind folks a little bit about the charity we are raising money for. Prevent-A-Thon. Little Warriors has the Be Brave Bridge Intensive program. It's a comprehensive online program that connects specialized counselors and coaches with children, teens, and parents impacted by trauma who might not otherwise receive timely mental health support. These programs are designed to provide immediate mental health support to anyone affected by trauma. To learn more, go to littlewarriors.ca/bridge-online-programs or type !bridge in chat. That's just one of the many programs they have at Little Warriors, and every donation goes to them. We're working on, of course, that Helm's Deep incentive. We have the name bid wars over in Final Fantasy X, and of course, we are less than $200 away from $2,000, chat. I believe in you all. Get your donations in.
Just a shout out for any other American friends. I was able to donate super easy. You don't have to be in Canada to donate. It's awesome. Helping anybody anywhere is awesome. So plus your donation, like the number helps even more because it's the exchange rate's in your favor for this from the US side. So help get that number pushed up higher by donating, especially if in the US. It's super easy. PayPal, all that stuff works super fast. Plus it's tax deductible, but that's not why you want to do it.
And, you can donate to make me read a silly message.
Even better. That's really why we're here.
I will ooh happily on the mic.
Did you not all hear charity. The Final Fantasy 14 part? You got to hear that, some more of that. Come on. Get on it.
Make me do it again. I dare you, chat.
It ends up being about like $18 US for 25, somewhere in change. If you're looking for the exchange rate, at least that's when I did it earlier today. Super easy. PayPal, all that good stuff. That's right. PayPal does it for you. Come on, let's go. End of the year's coming. Americans, you got your tax filings for next year. Let's get it in there. Tell me if I'm overdoing it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. Come on, everybody.
Yeah, I'm happy. You're making my job easy.
All right, we're coming down to the end of the run here. More ooh. Don't make me stop the run and wait for your donation, okay? Come on. Don't make me turn this Franklin badge around. I don't know, name something here. We turn this rocket around. Okay, what am I doing here? Bad key machine.
Oh, we do have a donation that has come in if you got time
for
it quickly.
I'm gonna go grab a teddy bear while you do it.
$9 from Anonymous, who says, I love a good glitch showcase, so let's get that Helm's Deep incentive met. And it, of course, went to the Helm's Deep incentive for our next run, Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. That also has brought us to $1,830 total raised. Come on, chat. Make me uwu. I don't know. Do whatever you wish. I'm willing to do silly things for charity and make life easier for the clip takers as they're talking in chat. This is good social media content. Do it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna start the fight here. Here comes the last boss. Once we beat the tent, the way this officially ends is once I get this thing called fly honey out of a trash can, then that'll be it. So not after this fight, or not when the fight ends, but shortly after. We're gonna use rockets, bottle rockets, just fireworks to burn this tent down. Okay, that was kind of a weak one. Jeff, you can do better. We brought a teddy bear. In this game, teddy bears take a lot of damage for us, which is cool. Paul's gonna help out with a little freeze for a little bit of damage. There we go. Sure, any L damage helps. All right, Boogie Tent's defeated. The time will be, as soon as I open this, it'll say Ness gets it, or P gets it. That's the time. So we're gonna wait for a bunch of levels to happen, which is like when you're in a race, this is the most thrilling part of the race, because you're like, hurry and mash through, hurry, give me all my level ups, I gotta win. But Boogie percent ends when you get the jar of fly honey out of the trash that it's left behind, which is like the trigger for the next. Yeah. For the trigger for the next part of the run, so. This is Boogie percent. Lots of bosses, lots of fun. You get a good idea of how Earthbound works as a run. And it's good practice for the full run if you ever want to do it. But please, please, please play this game if you haven't played it. Use the user guide. Here it comes. And time. Awesome. That's Boogie percent, friends.
GG.
Thank you so much for letting me hang out here. Yeah, go for it. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that was a ton of fun. Thank you. Tell folks where they can find you.
So I'm jawsomesauce, twitch.tv jawsomesauce. Mostly stream in the mornings, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Occasionally do some other stuff. I'm always around. We're very happy to be here. Trying to glitch this tent here real quick. It's okay if it doesn't happen though. There's a way to glitch into this tent. We don't have time for that. We got to keep moving on, but I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. This was a ton of fun. I might have to go check out Earthbound now, but you know what, folks? You know what we also need to check out is more speedruns, more Prevent-A-Thon 6, hopefully more cursed donations. Again, I am happy to uwu on mic for donations to charity, but we are going to go to a quick break. We'll be back very shortly with our next run.